Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi visited 3 African countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Zimbabwe, and people welcomed him very well, considering, especially in Zimbabwe, Iran and Zimbabwe both being sanctioned by the Western world. They actually welcomed him singing. The song was about being anti-West, and they both can relate to what kind of damage sanctions can bring to a country. And unfortunately, that is expected. The Western world retaliate by putting sanctions, by banning the support that they were once giving to a country. That's how they roll. At this point, everybody should be aware that's what you need to expect. South Africa firsthand is experiencing it right now. They're being threatened left and right just because they wanted to stay neutral when it comes to the Ukraine-Russia war. So we know very well how they are. But let me show you how his visit to 3 African countries went.
Zimbabwe and Iran have signed 12 memorandums of understanding to strengthen bilateral ties as Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi wrapped up his 3-nation African tour. The 12 MOUs signed Thursday include plans to create a tractor manufacturing plant in Zimbabwe with an Iranian company and a local partner.
And each time he made people talk about his visit, because in Uganda he talked about LGBTQ and how the West is pushing this agenda of stopping the family unit, and how Uganda and Iran are on the same wavelength when it comes to that.
The Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi visited Uganda on Wednesday as part of a diplomatic push to break the country's isolation. In his speech, Raisi criticized Western nations, accusing them of promoting homosexuality. Having the culture of establishing and forming a family, and at the same time the culture of genuineness, is another common point between Iran and Uganda.
And in Zimbabwe, when he was meeting President Mnangagwa, the president said, quote, "It is critically important that we, the victims of Western sanctions, are talking to each other. The authors of these sanctions would not want us to talk to each other, but because we are both victims, it is equally important that we show them that we are united." What Zimbabwean president just said is accurate, but we also want him to shift that energy to African countries. We have to learn how to unite. Since African countries can relate with one another when it comes to the Western world, it's good to come together to unite and have the same voice. And that's how you can be stronger. If you're just one country against these nations that come together to do whatever they want to do, especially Western worlds. Like, look at European Union. They come together when they want to do something. They have a voice, right? That should show us that we are stronger when we're together. I know the president was talking to the Iranian president when he's saying this, and they both can relate when it comes to sanctions, but we need the same energy when it comes to the continent of Africa. Let's talk about having one voice and saying no to being bullied by the West. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.